you hate the thought of working past 55 or 60? Do you hate not being able to live the life you deserve today? Do you hate not knowing what your financial future looks like? It's time to stop doing what you hate. Here's your host, Mr. Harold Green.
Hello, everybody. This is Harold Green of Bright Tree Management, and it is time to stop doing what you hate. I hope you folks are having a fantastic day today. I am doing pretty good, and was up kind of early this morning, went to get my Starbucks coffee and did my devotionals, and just to kind of make sure that I'm dialed in and I am ready to go. So today I want to talk to you folks about something very important. And my goal is to help people get from the 97% to the 3%, which means 97% of the people in our country, when they retire, they will not have enough to live on to last them their entire lives. And I'm dedicating these shows, the series of shows, to all the people that have sold out of the market, and they're sitting in cash, they're sitting in treasuries, they're sitting in gold, and they're just waiting on a sign from heaven or somewhere to let them know that the coast is clear and it is time to get back into the stock market. And because we're going to be talking about investments, all investments do carry risk of loss. Past performance is no indicator of future results. And before you invest any money, you have to understand your time horizons, your risk tolerance, and make sure that your investment plan is in alignment with a well-balanced, comprehensive financial plan that encompasses all the things that you're going to need, the wants, your dreams and goals, and different things of that nature. And one of the biggest things that hurt people is they make the wrong investment choices at the wrong time. And today I want to talk about treasuries and just how being in treasuries are probably not going to save you. And there are hidden costs of playing it safe at the wrong time in the market. Now, if you are investing in treasuries and that's part of your well-balanced, comprehensive financial plan, then that's great. This show is not for you. But if you're investing in treasuries because you ran away from the stock market because you were afraid that it was going to continue to crash, then I have to ask you a very important question. And the question goes like this. So when did your plan change and it called for you divesting of all of your stocks and buying treasuries? Was that in the plan that said, hey, at some point I got to $1 million, we're going to sell all the stocks and buy treasuries and then live off of maybe the 4% returns that the treasuries are giving us? Or was it a knee-jerk reaction that you said, okay, I'm down 20%. I don't know when the knife is going to stop falling. I'm going to get out, preserve everything I can, and I'm going to change my financial plan to now just go off of maybe 800,000 at 4% a year. And let's just see how that lasts. I'm going to change the way I buy cars. I'm going to change the kind of cars I buy. I'm going to change the vacations I take. I'm going to change when I splurge. I'm going to change all of that because now I'm in treasuries that are earning me 4%. When did you make that adjustment in your plan? For some of you, the answer is going to be, well, I didn't make that adjustment in my plan. I just sold because I was afraid. I sold because I wasn't sure. I sold because I just felt like that was the right thing to do. And right now, treasuries are paying about 4%. In Europe, they're paying between 4 and 5, depending on how long you have. And the question is, do you understand that at 4%, you're probably going to lose out to inflation and you're probably going to delay your retirement? Now, this is not for everybody, but if you have $1 gazillion in your account, then you can be in treasuries all day. And it's not going to really hurt you because you have so much money. But most people have $150,000 to $200,000 in their 401k. 4% is not going to help you. And I want to share something with you. This show is not to make you feel bad about anything that you've decided. It's not to make you feel bad about anything that you've done. And everyone has to do what they believe is in their best interest. I'm a fiduciary, and my job is to do what's in my client's absolute best interest, their absolute best interest. And sometimes as I work with them, they'll ask questions like, hey, my portfolios are down right now. Yes, they're down, but we're not materializing these losses. We're not taking paper losses and turning them to actual losses, because I'm going to share something with you. Market chaos, I believe, is your second shot at COVID level opportunities. What do I mean by that? Well, I call it the Brinks truck moment. And let's just suppose that you're driving down the street and you see a Brinks truck or a Loomis truck. It crashes in the street, bags of money all over the place. And the cops come out, they cone everything off, and they put up tape, and they tell everybody that's around, hey, guys, look, you got 20 seconds to come here and grab as much of this cash as you want, and you're not going to get prosecuted for it. Take the money, put it in the bank. We're not going to go after you. It's yours. Whatever you can grab, it's yours. Now, this is a hypothetical. How many of you would run grab as much as you can possibly get? Raise your hand. And how many of you would sit in the car filming everybody grabbing the cash on your cell phone so you can upload it to your Facebook page? Raise your hand. And coming out of COVID, we were a little bit early to the party, and I'll tell you what that means. When the lockdowns happened, people were just like shocked, dazed, confused, but the market was still open. It didn't close. The 401k plans were still open. They weren't closed. People were still able to contribute to the 401ks. A lot of people sold everything because they thought the world was coming to an end. My team and I, what did we do? Around April, May, June, we were buying the market with both hands, both feet, our ears, whatever we could put in, we were going hard, because this was an opportunity that I had not seen since 08, 09, the last stock market crash. I hadn't seen anything like that in like forever. So I knew Amazon, Google, Tesla, Apple, NVIDIA, technology was the key. And AI was coming along back then. It was inkling. It was in the incubators and whatnot, but it was still coming along. It was still a theme back then. No one was really paying attention to it because all of the focus was on stocks like Pfizer and Merck and like whatever, the COVID shot. That was a big deal. Everybody's piling money into Pfizer. You got to buy Pfizer, Harold. It's like, no, I don't. I don't have to, because our strategy is calling for something different. And boy, I tell you, we helped so many people retire between 2020 to 2025. It was unreal, the gains that we got out of that. But I made one mistake. I'll be honest with you. I made one mistake on my COVID trades. And that mistake is I didn't take advantage of the opportunities and options overlay strategy, where I overlaid options on top of the stocks that we were buying. I didn't do that. And that was one of my biggest mistakes. And I said, by God, if I ever get a chance at this again, I am not going to miss this opportunity. Why? Because again, if we're looking at Amazon trading at $172 a share, right now they're at about 180 because it really ripped off, with a median target of about 200 something in the middle and a high target of about 3 or whatever it might be in 12 months. That's quite a bit of an upside from here. And I can get the actual numbers for you. Today is trading at 182. That's up $10 from like when I looked at it, like last week or a couple of days ago. Just to get back to the median of 246, that's a 35% upside from here. And you times that by 3 with an options overlay, that's quite a lot. Now, the option is going to cost you about $700 depending on when you buy it. $700 for the right to buy 100 shares of Amazon on or before a specific date at a specific price. So as the option explodes, you can sell it for a profit, or you can convert the option and purchase the stock at the price that you bought the option, the strike price in the option. And we can get into that a little bit later. But a high target of 287 in the next 12 months, that can be a pretty phenomenal return that you get just by buying into Amazon options at a few $1,000s at a time. The risk of the option is you can lose the entire thing, or you can be up 1,000%. There is no limit on the upside of an option, but the downside of an option is you can lose the entire thing. So if you put $3,000 into an option and it goes down 50%, a lot of people are like, oh my God, Harold, I'm down 50% in my $10,000 option. It's only got 5. Well, that 5 can be up 1,000% in 6 months or a year or later. I can't guarantee that, but it depends on what's happening in the market. And it depends on the catalyst that's going to drive this thing to the moon. So what are the potential catalysts that we're looking at right now? Well, we're looking at people sitting out there in treasuries, quadrillion, gazillion dollars, gold, a gazillion, quadrillion dollars, cash, a gazillion, quadrillion dollars. I'm being hypothetical and facetious about this, but there are a lot of people sitting in a lot of safe money or things that are hedges against downturns of the market. And a lot of times you don't know when they get back in because of all of this fear. The CNN Fear and Greed Index got down to a 3. To me, that's when they broke the stock market. They literally broke the stock market. It was done. Everybody sold. And you had professionals selling, you had hedge funds selling, you had banks selling, you had people in foreign countries selling. Everybody was selling. They broke the stock market that day. And to me, that's when I told my wife, I said, hey, how much equity we have in the Hawaii house? We got about 300,000 on the line of credit. Let's go get it. How much we have in all of our life insurance policies? Got about 500,000 or so over there. Maybe let's go get some of that. And she said, aren't you being a little bit too aggressive? I said, look, yeah, maybe. She said, why don't you just use all your margin on your Schwab account and then, maybe take some of the money over there? Okay, fair enough. And because she says, well, what if you put it in and it goes down? I said, that's okay. That means I'm a little bit early to the party. Well, I want to be there early to the party because I want to get all the good stuff first, right? I want to get in on the good stuff first while everybody's too afraid to buy it. So went in and bought a bunch more options on Palantir, bought a bunch more options on Amazon. That's me because that's my investment strategy because I'm investing according to my long-term financial plan. And I'm not going to get into what my long-term financial plan is, but someday I definitely want to buy a helicopter, that's for sure. And helicopters aren't that expensive. And when I retire, I think I want to get my pilot's license when I retire. Right now, it's a little bit too dangerous because I have a lot of clients and people that I care about. And I'm about golf right now because it keeps my feet on the ground. And I told my wife, I said, hey, I want to go get a mountain bike and start doing some of that stuff. She says, no, that's too dangerous. And it's like, she said, just stick to golf because at least you can't get hit by a car playing golf. And I said, yeah. So I said, I get it. And so I might be a little bit early to the party, and I was, but this week I'm being richly rewarded because we're seeing some magnificent things. And a lot of times people get out of the portfolios at the wrong time. They can't stomach the pain. We see all types of research out there now. Our treasuries say things like that. Cash versus stocks. Like, I see things like getting out of the United States and buying foreign country stocks and things like that. I see a lot of that stuff. But what I want to tell you is I'm going to tell you, don't let small returns rob your future because you're afraid. I'm going to say, call me. Schedule a call on brightfg.com to explore some smarter options on what you can do. Or you can listen to the next episode for questions you should ask any financial advisor because that's important. And I just want to share with you this one simple thing. It's okay to reach out and ask for some help. I can't guarantee you that I can help you, but I can guarantee you that I'll have an honest conversation with you and you can decide what you want to do from there. My goal is to get you from the 97% to the 3%. And I'm sharing with you all of these things that people are doing right now that keeps them in the 97% far too long, keep them in their jobs far too long, keeps them making the same mistakes over and over again. So thanks for listening in to me today. I hope this has helped you. And I'm really looking forward to having a conversation with you in the future. So until next time, everybody, 1, 2, 3, let's get it.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.